So this is what we will be making in this video. Not the square, not the triangle, but the scalloped edge. This video obviously been made post. I made this at the end, this video, and I'm showing you what we're going to be doing. We'll be starting here with the base row. We'll be working all the way around with the base row. When we get that back there, we will be going up to the scallop row, all the scallops coming around to the bottom and finishing off there. The cuddle pocket, once it is lined and has the ribbon, will look like this. These two have the same tops, but there are different ways of doing it. Also do the sides far more emphasized with doing more half trebles, US terms, and there is another one that has a single top, and this one also has a single top. So the only one that really is different is this one here. But once it has the lining and the little bow, it'll be just as pretty. So off we go. So I've sewn in the ends, and just to clarify on the yarn I'm using, this is Lorraine double knit. It's from a shop called Wilco. They've discontinued the range and they have their own brand now. It's an off-white. This is the glitter yarn I'll be using. It's Knitting Essentials Sparkle from Poundland here in the UK. So let me find the beginning of my yarn. So we have our markers. We're making sure the work's facing us. Everything's in order. And I really like the marker system because then I have a pile of them, and I will show you where I've put the markers in. I started at the bottom. I clipped together the base. I went to the sides and I have put markers in at the end of this last row. If you just fold over the scallops, you can see the end of the last row. I have put a marker in can't really see it very well, but this is actually the scallop row, and decrease on the square. On the other side, there's the decrease. If you turn it over, it's the beginning of the scallop row. The red one is where the first first group of DK, what am I saying? Double crochet, not DK, double crochet, and then here is the beginning of that, which would have been, a chain 3. I also have one at the top, and I've color coded them. So the red means there will be 4 single crochets into the space. The green means there will be 3 single crochet into the space. The yellow is where I'm starting. And because I like to work in series, I like to do lots of things of one thing at a time, I will prepare a bunch of these, put the stitch markers in, pile them up, and then I will do all the scallops together. So if I'm watching a TV series or I'm chatting to someone, then I don't have to work out what is going where, or try and pin them together while I'm watching TV. They will be all ready for me. I don't normally use the color codes because I know exactly what I'm doing where, but I did this so that you could see the difference. So we just double check everything's facing the right way, and then we will start. So with my 4mm, I'll put it into the space where the yellow is. And leave a nice tail so I can work it away later. And pull the yarn through. I will zoom in for this. Just make sure the camera is positioned correctly. I will reposition it once I settle in. Make one. Go to the next one. And I'll be making 2 single crochets per space. I'm doing it in a relaxed way. It's not under tension, which I will be doing when I get to the red ones. And one little thing was, I pulled these open like that. Once the tails and everything are tucked in, I'm sewn in, just to open up those chains and those the end double crochets, because they can tend to pull in a little bit, so I like to open it up completely. One, two, one, two, okay, camera a bit. So here I am coming to the corner. That's a red, so there'll be 4 in there. And I tighten the work, making them compact around the corner. There'll be 3 in here. One, 2, and 3. Now what I like to do is just a personal preference, is I like to go back into that space but go into the next one. So there'll be 2 in there, there'll be 2 in there, and there'll be 2 in there, but the first one will be pulling up that chain from the previous row. Once again, it's just a personal preference. Make sure I've got this. There we go. Corner's nice and flat. Just tighten my camera because it might be slipping. Two. Now there aren't 2 layers here, there's only 1. It feels a little bit different to work on it, but I try and keep, my yarn is bunching up. I try and keep the same tension that I did for the lower side You might think, oh well, I'm going to make them tighter because it's only one layer. Feels almost unnaturally loose. Coming up to the red one, I'll be putting 4 in there. Sometimes I put 5 in. See how it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now seems to be quite happy with 4. It almost dictates itself. What you want is you want the work to be flat. So if I look at that, when I'm ready to go on this row, look at the stitch. He's standing up nice and straight. If he was lying at an angle, I would put another one in. One and 2. Yep, happy with that. What is my camera doing? I'm probably just my arms are moving all the time. Just trying to find their natural position in the sofa, in the chair, against the cushion. Go on, yarn. On camera, don't misbehave. Get some more yarn out. So here we're coming. So what you've seen, what I've done is I've made 2 in there, but I will be taking one out. And why? Because that section that's with the green one, it has to match the other side. So I'm going to pull them up and go back into that space. I'll show you again. You think, oh well, there's 2 in there because the green one is there. But what I did on the other side, remember, I pulled it up 1. So I have to do it here as well. Go in where the green is. Right, doing it the wrong way. What am I doing? I've got to go in that way. There we go. Hope this makes sense. Make sure it's in the right space. Yes, there's 2 in there. Can you see the 2 in there? Now the green one is 3. There's the hole going over. There'll be 3 in there. But this little guy, he's been pulled up to the one above. Into the green one, there's 3. 1, 2, 3, and in the red one there are 4. I am putting my hook in and taking the stitch marker out just to show you. Normally I'll take the stitch marker out before I put the hook in, but I want to show you exactly where I'm going in. And I'm worried if I take the stitch marker out first, you won't see what I'm doing. So that one has been done, that corner. Give it a little tuck. And now I'm going down the side. Corner was a little bit under tension. Down the side. I'm relaxing again. Yes, I can see what my camera is doing, and I don't know what it is. It must be me. It must be moving. This is the base row. It is going to hold the scallops. It is also to join the triangle to the square. If you wanted, you could stop at this point if you didn't want to put the scallops on. And there might be other edgings, other designs that you would like to use. Could even just do another row of these single crochet. So I've come down to the red. That is 4. One, 2, 3, 4. Not particularly under tension at all. It's just the corner ones on the sides that I do, not the top and the bottom. It's a little tricky to find this one. I do 2 here. It's on the side, so it's relaxed again. And I'm coming into the end section of the first row. Give that base yarn a little tug. So what I'll be doing is I will be simply not even chaining one up. I'll just be going straight into that stitch there. And elevating onto the next row. And to each single crochet, I make a single crochet. Now I'm coming into the corner, and here we have 2 options. Either you use your eyes and you think, well, where is the corner? Is it there? Is it there? And that is where you'll make your first scallop. and pull this out so I don't lose it. Or so you can say to yourself, where is my corner? Give it a little tug, not a huge one, just a little one. I say, is my corner here? Is my corner further down? Where's my first scallop going to be? The other option, which one I prefer, is I go to the top. Now as I made 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going to pin the 2 top ones. If it was 5, then it'll be only 1 in the middle to know where the exact center is. So there's 4. I'm going to pin the 2, so that is my top. And then I'll work backwards. But this is a personal preference. You can really do it whichever way you want. If that is going to be a scallop, then I know that is a skip, and that will be a single crochet. And between each single crochet there are three stitches. It'll be a skip, scallop, skip, single crochet, skip, scallop, skip, single crochet. So then I just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That means that is a single crochet. That's a single crochet. That red one's a single crochet. The green ones are scallops. So if this is a single crochet, then there's a skip, scallop, skip. That's a single crochet. That's a skip, scallop, skip, single crochet. That's how the scallop works. Single crochet, you skip a stitch, you make your scallop into the stitch here, you will skip a stitch, there he is, he skipped, and there's a single crochet. That's how it works. And from that skip, scallop, skip, single crochet is 4. 4, 4, skip, scallop, skip, single crochet. So now that you understand the makeup of the scallop, we can then know how many stitches we need. But if you wanted to, you could just go blind. Then when you got up here, you could either make 2 single crochets, or you could have your scallops on the side. You could basically play around. But I've counted backwards, and I like the positioning of where the scallop's going to be, because it's going to be, I'm going to work for a smooth one. If you wanted your scallop to stick out, let's look at the different ones. This is a smooth one. Boom. But if you wanted your scallop to have like little bunny ears like this, you would use different stitches. The bunny ear scallop is you'd have double crochets, you would have half trebles, maybe even a treble in the middle. 2, 4, 6, 7 stitches on that. The bigger you want it, the higher the arch, the bigger the stitch. There's a chain in the middle of this one here. This is the bottom. That's definitely a treble. That's definitely a treble. Those could be doubles. It might be a half treble. It's difficult to tell now. So it depends how big you want it. You can see the different sizes. Look at that. Those are just double crochets. But this one definitely has at least, I would say at least 3 half trebles. gives you a different effect. Look at this one here. I have not got the bunny's ear, whatever you want to call it, in the center. I've got them both off center. So you can play around, you can see how you want it to be when you get there. So I'm going to go for a smooth edge, and for a smooth edge, the best option is your double crochets. The first one I'm trying to get as flat as possible against the work, so it's not like this. It's gonna, so they skip, scallop. I'm gonna pull him in, making it quite tight. Another one, 2, and I'm moving the needle around. Why I call the needle hook. Starting to take shape. 3. You can see how many are needed. You just watch the space getting filled up like slices in a pie. It needs another one at least another 2. Look at that, it's still not full. Start making them a bit tighter. If I want it to be a straight edge, then I'll give it a little tug. If I start adding more, it'll start pushing that ear out. You see how it goes? So how many have I got? 2, 4, 6. I'll need to remember for when I come back on the other side. 2, 4, 6. Yes, that's nice, and it's pretty flat, which means that when I do that single crochet in there, I'm pleased with that. I think because this yarn is thinner than some of the yarns I've used, it does change the stitch count. So skip, single crochet. Have another last check. Yes. If anything, look, it's sticking out a little bit. A different yarn definitely has a different effect on the results. If I want to I could take one of those out to pull it over a bit, but I'm quite happy with that, so I won't do it. Skip, scallop. I'm assuming it'll take 5, but I'm going to see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. And a single crochet. Is it flat? Yes, it is. So I'm happy with that. Okay, let's move that camera and we'll zoom in a bit more. It's flat, everything's flat. So my scallops will be 5s. One, 2, all in the same space. 3, 4, 5. I changed the angle of my arm and the hook because I don't want to pull the work too much. So I'm coming from the side. My hook and my hand are coming from the side. Start to move to the top. Move the work around. Pulling up. Move the work even some more. Here we go. Start again. Pulling it down. Putting it up. And moving all the work around. The angle that you come at and the angle that you pull the yarn through will affect the size of these V's on the top here, in my opinion. Okay. Every yarn has like a different personality. It's the strangest thing that. Sometimes I'm working with the yarn. I've tried all different yarns for these. It's really bouncy, it's really tough. I can pull it and tug it and do what I want, and it just bounces back. Other yarns, I can just feel that they're tricky, and they won't take kindly if I don't make sure that I'm treating it delicately. There's no give. Okay. My stitch marker fell out, but that's okay. Let's see if my count is right. I've got 3 stitches left. Skip, single crochet, skip, and then the green is a scallop. So there we go. Now I've come to my greens. The greens are both indicating the top, which means I will be working stitches into both of those for my top scallop. I'll just spread the stitches over both of those. So let's start. That's a skip, scallop. Start off with a double, pulling it nicely down, another double. I think I'm going to go straight into a half treble, US terms. I think I'll make another half treble. I just watch the shape grow. Now I'm going to come into a treble. One, two, three. See, there we go. I'm halfway there. Do I need to chain one? No, I don't actually think I need to chain one. Sometimes I chain one just to, if it's a little bit like that, I'll chain one just to bridge the gap. Sometimes I will undo it if I feel that I didn't fully estimate what it needed. There we go. Treble. Half treble. Half treble. Double. Double. How many doubles did I make? I made 2. That's fine. And then I skip one, it's tucked away. Make my single crochet. Check if I like that. I do. It's nice and flat. What do I need to tighten to get it to stop moving? I have no idea. No idea what I need to tighten. Okay. Skip one. Scallop. Back at the 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single crochet. This little single crochet is a little bit loose. Could have been a little bit tighter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just so that camera starts to slide again. At least you can keep up. I think by now you do know the makeup of the stitch. Three, 4, 5. We are coming to our corner. Now I don't have stitch markers in place because these scallops are actually going to dictate where it is. I will always check that it does balance out with the other side, but in theory it should, because when we made our base row we were counting the right amount of stitches along the way. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anchor. Let's put it up just to check. So if we look at the scallop here, he's in the middle of, there were those 4 base chains there, base single crochet, not base chain, sorry, base single crochets, and he's pretty much in the middle. So we can come to the side just to check. There's going to be a skip, it's going to be in there, and that's pretty much the middle. So yes, it's going to look the same. And if you recall, there were 6 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, really moving the work around. 4, so I don't stretch. 4, 5, I don't stretch those top V's. And getting the 6th one nicely tucked in there. Now this one I gotta be careful, because when you do so many you can actually miss the stitch. You got to skip stitches there, which means my single crochet is there. It's really easy to miss it. Give it a little tug, and then the next one's also single crochet, and go down, get some more yarn, go down the side. Lovely. coming to the bottom. So these side single crochets, I'm just cruising along. It's not, I don't have to be relaxed, I don't have to be tense. So come to the bottom. Okay, the bottom, you can do what we really want at the bottom. Do we want to make a large one? Do we want to make a small one? Where is the middle? That looks like the middle there. So I made a single crochet, I'll skip and I'll go to that middle one there. There we go. Make another one. He has a different personality than the one on the top here. The top I've made, even though there's 4 stitches at the top, single crochet stitches, I spread it over 2. The bottom has a whole different feel to it. It's much more tight and compact. The hole is much smaller. If you look at this one, look how big it is. So he simply isn't the same, even though there are 4 single crochet stuffed into there on the base chain. It's just simply not the same kind of cluster. So I'm going to make a half double crochet and a half treble, sorry. Make a half treble because I want to push it out a little bit. And then I'm going to make a treble. Give him a bit of shape. Make another treble. Might be a little bit overkill. I think it is. I'm not going to make that treble. I can already see there's just that one. It's just not that much room. I'm going to go straight into a half treble. Then I'm going to make 2 doubles and I'm going to see what it is like. I might have been wrong. Might even have needed more half double. It might even mean more doubles. Let me see. Now he's going to pull. Do you know what I actually think he might even need? Is he might need a half double down there. Half double, 2 doubles, half treble, treble, half treble, 2 doubles, and a half. So I'm going to take it out. And in here I'm going to make what is called a half double. Pull the yarn through and then pull through all of them. Then I make a double. Then I make another double. Then I make a half treble. Pull through 3. Then I make a treble. 1, 2, 3. Then I make a half double, half treble. Then I make 2 doubles. And then I make a half double. He's looking a bit weird, but we're going to see if he flattens out afterwards. Let me just anchor him. Make sure that I'm skipping over that one there, which is so tucked away. Let's anchor him with a, give it a little tug. Maybe even make 2 more. You can always pull it out. Start again. See what he looks like. Is he flat? Rule number 1. Yes, he is. Is he interesting? Yes, he is. Does he blend in with the rest? Yes, he does. So he can stay. Yeah. So I'm coming into the end. This is literally the end of the second row. There we go. So where are we? There's a space there. Definitely need another stitch. And there is the step up. Would I put another stitch in there? No, I wouldn't. I'm going to get my scissors instead. I'm going to hold it out like that. Put it out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to work them away immediately. Make sure that I catch the glitter yarn. So the way I work it away is, this is a sharp tapestry needle. I use the back, I use the head, and I'm going to feed it underneath this V here. See all the V's running along the top? Feed it underneath that V, give it a nice tug, and I'm going to go into the top of this V with a sharp one. I'm going to go through the two sections of the stitch. There we go, the two sections of the stitch, and pull it through. I'm very happy with that. That's pretty much invisible. This guy over here is running loose as well. He needs to be worked away. Come to the back, unravel my yarn a bit. It's annoying, but it's unravel it. Then I try to follow the makeup of the stitches till I can get down here. Let's run it along this. Should be good enough. I can feel how it's gripping. Don't have to worry about that coming loose. And the other one, I'll work in the opposite direction. Also unravel the yarn a bit. Now he's just hanging free there, so what I want to do is I want to complete that stitch, and I'm going to come up underneath, because every stitch has two little like leggy things. You see, they go, there's one there, one there, one there, one there, one there, one there. This one's only got one. You should be going up into there. That completes one, 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 one. It's just the makeup of the stitches. Always trying to work out how a stitch is made up and then imitate it as close as I can to make a invisible finish. I'm just going to do these in little ones, not long ones, so that I can come back just a fraction. Pull it out and then just come back one little step. Okay. So if you look at that, you'd be hard pressed to actually know where it started and where it ended. Lovely, isn't it? Love this glitter. It's quite nice with the creamy yarn. I was a little bit worried they wouldn't work together, but they have. There are my scissors. Okay, I'm going to clip this off just so that we can see the end result. Stitch markers all over the place. zoom out a bit. Yes, that is very pretty, isn't it? That's lovely. I'm happy with this. I tried a scallop the day before yesterday, I think it was. But I first made a row that made it a bit higher. But this time I've gone straight onto the final row of increase. And so I'm very, very happy with that. And I made it the same color, as you can see. First of all, because it's subtle. And this is a little bit scratchy. So I wanted it soft and I wanted it to blend in. And then once I put the ribbon in, I'm not too sure where I'll feed the ribbon in. Either up there or down there. Probably, I'm assuming, actually maybe this row here. I think I'll be putting the ribbon in there because I'll start on that side. It looks like it's part of the scallop, but it's not actually. It's the final row of increases. There's 15 of them. So there we go. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope that you have some wonderful results with yours. And I find it's an improvement of my last version, where I used the color of the square and the triangle for the base row. I'm definitely happy with this. So there we go. Thank you very much, and goodbye.